Next up, at UFC 303, we have what seems like a grudge match evolving here. A little bit of chapping back and forth, but we got Cub Swanson, OG legend Cub Swanson, taking on Andre Fili. Cub Swanson, 29-13. He is 3-2 in his last 5. He has been bouncing between wins and losses. He's taking on Andre Fili, 23-11. 2-3 in his last 5. He's coming off that bad knockout loss to Daniel Ige. And the reason this is an interesting fight is, one, the line movement. Cub Swanson opened as the favorite and is squarely the underdog and becoming a larger underdog as time goes on. The only thing I can think of is people are looking at this and they're saying, oh, Cub Swanson is old. He's 40 years old. So I have to bet the other side.
That's fucking old.
What's crazy, though, is this is not what's happening to the Andre Arlovski line, and he's 45 years old.
Well, 45 is the new 25. You turn it around. 40.
It's like, weird, yeah.
It's 30. It's like 35, and then it's like 40, 45, and then once you're 60 on that yacht, I'm gonna be on cruising around the Amazon River in Brazil.
Dude, you'll get bit by 2 mosquitoes. You'll swell up like a balloon and be done. I've seen you get bit by mosquitoes, and you look like Tom Hanks in Philadelphia.
I walked outside the other night. It was like 3 or 4 nights ago, and literally I had been outside 2 steps, and I got bit twice on my ankle that itched for the next 6 hours. It was so bad.
I'll be
fine, dude. I think it's fine. I think
you're going to be fine. Bloody.
I don't even know if they have mosquitoes in Brazil. They only have...
I promise they do.
No, I've seen the pictures. They got toucans. It's all the beautiful stuff, right? They got...
Okay. I mean... I need to...
Tigers, maybe? I don't know. I think they have elephants.
I think that's India. I think you're describing India.
Uh-oh. Where do I want to go?
So
this whole time I've been so confused.
Cub Swanson is an OG legend. He's a brawler. He will hang out, and he will slug it out. But he's not a brawler in skill set. He does have very technical striking when he needs to. And you don't get to where he has gotten. You don't fight in the WEC, in the UFC, and you don't have a career as long as his without being well-rounded and diverse. He will work in takedowns. He averages a little more than 1 per fight, I believe. He's got very high fight IQ. He is an absolute dog. He's not a guy that you can get out there very quickly. He's always well-prepared. He is always in fights. He fights with his brain. And then sometimes he gets reckless if you can bait him.
He fights with his balls.
And if you can bait him into stuff, and he will get a little reckless. But he's a man, a high IQ man. He is coming off that very sketchy win, though, over Hakeem Dawodu, where people were pretty sure that, like, there was some foul play going on there with those scorecards. Because it didn't look like Cub Swanson won that fight, but let's all forget that everybody thought Hakeem Dawodu was just going to flatline Cub Swanson in that fight. And that's not how that went down. Because he's very good, he's very durable, and he's an OG banger. He's taking on Andre Fili. Andre Fili, I mention this every time I break him down, is almost a giant waste of talent. I say almost. He's still young adjacent. He's not at the end of his career. He can still make some stuff happen. The problem is he was so talented and so good so early that I think they rushed him a little too fast. Remember what Jacob said about Bernardo Sopai before, that he's such a good prospect and that knockout was so bad he might not ever be the same? Your chin's just a little, never fully healed again. That's kind of what happened with Andre Fili. Dude, it was his second fight in the UFC, Max Holloway or something crazy like that. He was fighting very high-level guys at a very early part of his career. And that sort of adjusted his career trajectory.
Imagine starting your career fighting a fucking heavyweight with a brain disease.
What?
Well, I had to fight you to start my career.
Oh, I was like, what are we talking about, dude? Anyway, Andre Fili, wildly off talent alone, he wins this fight 100 out of 100 times. He's unbelievably fast, creative, good, clean technical striking, very good wrestling, very well-rounded guy. He basically was Cody Garbrandt, just younger. Then got chinned a few times, started to fade a little bit. Just not the same person. You can't trust his chin. You can't trust his decision-making. He's a pretty unreliable guy, but I do think he wins this fight. I have to pick the better fighter in the matchup. Andre Fili is the better fighter. Is he going to win this fight? I have no freaking clue. Minus 258 is nuts. That is craziness. I am waiting for this line to continue to widen because a plus 3.5 on Cub Swanson makes a lot of sense. I think he's certainly durable enough to let this fight go to the distance. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, I definitely don't disagree with that Cub stuff. If you guys don't know me, hi. My name's Jacob. I am actually, I have just determined too. I obviously, you can kind of pick what you are these days. So I have determined that I identify as 1/3 Japanese, right? Konnichiwa. Wow. I am 1/3 Brazilian. Como vai? And I'm 100% sick of that dog. And I am 1/3 American. So that's what I identify now that we have Tatsuro Tayo, we got Gene Matsumoto. So I'm Japanese, I'm Brazilian, I am American, and I honestly can't remember where I was going with that.
Nobody knows, man. You're about to tell us that Cub Swanson's your favorite fighter.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was introducing myself. That's what. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I was like, why? I was like, how? In my mind, I was trying to link it back to this fight, and I was like, how can I even link it back to this? This makes no sense at all. But my favorite fighter of all time is Cub Swanson. I always talk about this fighter or that fighter. I fucking love Cub Swanson until I die. That dude is such a fun fighter to watch because he is willing to put himself in danger to win these fights. I believe that if chins hold up, which could be a little bit of an ask because I think this fight could get wild. This has the opportunity to be the fight of the night that people are going to forget about and then remember later. Because it is on the prelims, and usually once the main card starts, there's always a fight or two where you forget all about the prelims fight, like that. But I think this is one of those fights where when we reflect back on the 303, we're like, oh man, remember that Cub Fili the Cub Fili fight? That thing was a fucking war. I think it's back and forth. I like both these guys. I really like Cub Swanson. It's really hard for me to pick against him. But with age, Fili should be the better fighter. I think this is a very close fight. I think this is an absolute war. I hope it is. I hope this fight is everything that I want it to be, right? I'm a big Cub fan. If he retires, whatever it is, I finally get to see him fight. I'll be there in person. I hope they put on a show. I thought that this should have been on the main card, honestly, instead of the Mauro Bueno Silva fight, but it is what it is. I think it's fight of the night. I'm going Andre Fili. I don't love it. I'm not betting it. I'll be rooting for Cub.
Yeah, you can't bet it. You can't bet him at minus 258. You can't do that. That's crazy. Those odds are crazy. And money keeps coming in. I broke down this card yesterday. I did my quick picks video yesterday. Guys, and thank you for the watch. It's up to like 15,000 views or 13,000 views. Thank you. 24 hours, crazy. Appreciate that.
Look at you.
But I did this yesterday, and he was a 2-1 favorite. Now he's a 2.5-1 favorite, closing on a 3-1 favorite. I can't believe that line is continuing to move. I understand the initial boom, like the initial flip. But for it to people continue to put money on it seems there's too many unknowns here. Cub's an absolute dog. He doesn't have any quit in him. As long as his chin holds up, he will be there. And his chin historically does hold up.
Yeah, it was just the body a little bit and
and that was with the he hasn't fought in a long time.
Giga.
Yeah, Giga Chikadze. And
that's what he does, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So either way, we're both on the Andre Fili side. Love it. And we're both on the Andre Fili side, and we don't love it. So no bet on the money line there. You can maybe find some props. I am going to look at that plus 3.5 for Cub. The plus 3.5s didn't seem to drop yet because I was looking for that in the Macy fight. Didn't see that there either.
It's sitting right here.
How much is it? Wait, hold on. Don't answer yet.
Why don't you try and guess what it is? That's a fun game.
How much? $9.99 from NK. Give us the juiciest prop bet of the week. I'm giving it to you right now. Plus 3.5 on Cub Swanson. I think it is plus 110. It's a minus 250 or some shit.
Plus 120. Good guess.
All right. All right.
He's a real capper, everyone. He is a real capper. I'll give you one, too. You want two of them? You paid $9.99. I'll give you a free fucking premium bet right here. You could, hopefully use that $9.99 before you donate to become a premium member. If not, I would try to flip that into a premium membership. My best value on the entire card, in my opinion, Angela, you can agree or disagree with me, is inside the distance decisional action for Vinicius Oliveira plus 120. I don't see Ricky Simone smoking this guy. He showed how durable he can be. He's gotten back to his feet after a full mount. I don't see him getting submitted. He seems like he's a durable guy. I think he's the more dangerous guy at plus 120. You get your money back if Ricky Simone just wrestles him for 15 minutes. Woo! I like that one. Thanks for the $9.99.
There you go. We appreciate you. If you do want to unlock the rest of the bets, WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. There's a whole bunch for a pay-per-view week, and we tend to dominate the pay-per-views. WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member. It's $10 for an entire month. That is all the events from whatever month you sign up to the next month at that same point in time. DraftKings pricing, I'm not touching either side of this. Full fade from me.